First, when I got into the JEDI program, Mrs. B told me that it was a meeting early in the morning for people who had entrepreneur, goal-driven kind of mentality. So I really had no clue about a JEDI or anything.
Right.
So I got there at 7 o'clock in the morning. There were a few other people there, and then you mentioned that you guys would be in the right place if you woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be in the meeting.
Right.
And it was, I had no expectations when I walked into it. It was more of a, let me see what's going on, let me see what this whole thing's gonna be about. I knew it had to do with all the different majors and being in the dungeon, which is where we call the fashion design area.
Right. Right.
I wanted to see and meet people from the other departments in the school and see what they were up to. So I wanted to meet people who were go-getters and came here more than just to make themselves a wardrobe or a pretty picture.
Right. Awesome.
I love it. I knew I wanted it from the get-go. I'm sad it's not gonna be no longer called Jedi because that's what attracted me to it. I'm a dork in that sense. I love the Star Wars movie. My wife was making fun of me when I told her what we were doing. It was like, oh, they had this picture where Yoda is telling Luke Skywalker to lift this machine and he wouldn't do it. He's like, I tried. It's like, that's why you fail. And I always say things like that. And I didn't know where I got them from because I saw Star Wars when I was little. I saw it in Spanish, so by the time it translated to my memory, I think somebody taught me that. So watching the movies, the specs of the movie and people using and applying it to their own daily life, I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting to apply something you learn as a child in your daily routine. And then the people that I met through the JEDI. I met Jesse, I met Justin, I met Christina, I met people from digital media. That, like I said, in our school settings, we tend to segregate, not as a bad thing, just because our majors are so demanding that we barely leave our own areas. And
Right.
being able to meet other people who have the same passion and drive about their majors as I do as a fashion designer, but at the same time being able to meet people and get from them and me contributing to them, it was just great. I was able to work in a 48-hour project because I networked enough to meet the people from digital media. Jesse became one of my models, and I don't think he was as extrovert. And then the pictures were awesome, and Christina is just, I mean, just meeting people who, the way they draw, the way they do things, it just gathered me to do things better. It just pushed me to do things better. And I like that about, and you have that, how can I say it? Because when you're dealing always with the same team and the same frustration, the same group of people, you don't see an outside to the situation. But when you have friends who are from other departments, it's kind of like your little support group to like, come on, you could do it. Oh, you're the best. You could get it done. And they don't know if I'm the best or not, but because they are telling you you're the best, you want to live up to their expectations and you want to keep the camaraderie thing going. So it's been a blessing in my case. And not only that, my dress was inspired by the Jedi's, and I won first place in the Critics' Choice Award because of it. So
Yes. I
it
heard
was
about that.
freaking
It was so
awesome. When I
exciting.
mentioned it, the critics were like, "The what? The Jedi's?" And they're like, "Jedi, like the movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's this group in the school where all these majors are networking with each other, and we are helping each other and supporting each other." And I was inspired by it, and I wanted to make it a hoodie and then make it elegant, and it was pretty cool. I loved it. And there was a Jedi. There were like a few Jedis there in the.
Janet was there.
Jenna was there and she saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't mean meant for it to come out of the fashion design group." But it was, I mean, it is a very powerful movement within the school, and you could see like the atmosphere when I came to the school, which was good, but the atmosphere of camaraderie within the majors is 10 times better.
Do you think Jedi is the reason for that?
I think so. I mean, we wouldn't even talk to each other unless it was Jedi. Jedi puts you in a position where you have to talk to people from other majors. I'm an islander, so I'm pretty much welcoming to everybody.
Right.
But Jedi puts everybody else in that position where, oh, they know Jonathan, or they know Jesse, or they know Christina, they know Christopher, and then things become easier to camaraderie instead of the digital media, the graphic designers, or the fashion designers. It's more of a
We're one
individual.
group.
We get to see each other as one group within the school. And just the group has different strengths and weaknesses, but or different majors that they focus on. But it's not those and us. It's more like we.
Yes.
You like one of our Jedi members, he succeeded at something, or or he achieved this, or he's taking a picture of something he did. One time I saw Justin in his band, and we're like cheering for him. We're like, yeah, he did it, he's getting it. Or Jesse's going through his finals, like, come on, man, you could do it, you could get it done, don't worry about it. Jonathan is going through his fashion design thing, and I needed models. I could pick them from my JEDIs, and I know nobody else in fashion design could pick them because they don't know the JEDIs. So it's our own little group, but it doesn't segregate you from the group because it's inclusive to everybody. But at the same time, it makes you that much better because you get the energy from the ideas from digital media that you wouldn't think. Like, for example, I met people from digital media who were telling me about perspective, about how you put the pictures in a certain way so it gives you a different impression.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm doing my drawings for fashion design, I was thinking, oh, if I put a person could look that way, in this angle, it'll make it that much better. I wouldn't know that if I didn't interact with digital media. Or I was seeing the drawings and the way they shade and stuff for graphic designers, or Jesse and Christina are always making fun of fashion designers because we always get a picture pixelated. I'm thinking, okay, I make sure when I make that picture for my things to be not pixelated because my graphic designers are gonna be like, come on, man, you could do better than that. And it's that thing that makes you do better. And the JEDI is because you get all these excellent professionals within the different industry, and they expect the best out of the ramifications of the industry, that sometimes our majors interrelate.
Okay, yes.
So you don't want to step on people's toes in the wrong way, and you don't want to embarrass them for them say like, oh man, you're friends with Jonathan and he doesn't even know how to do a proper enlargement of a picture,
right,
or he doesn't know how to do proper drawing or things like that. So it makes you do that much better than if you're just dealing with the people within your group. Because within your group you might be excellent, but there's no challenge. Because everybody's excellent in your group.
So the words I'm getting from you are challenge. You feel more challenged.
In a good way.
Right. You feel more supported.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you care more.
Definitely.
I think care is the big word.
And it goes outside just the major. Like in my case, for example, I found out a few weeks ago that I was developing a heart condition. And my doctor told me, you have to lose some weight, otherwise you won't be able, this is gonna get serious. So I was talking to my friends and some of my JEDI friends. I was like, I don't know, man, I have to lose like 50 pounds. This is ridiculous. Like, oh, that's easy. After class, we're gonna go running. I'm going like, great. But they wanted me to do it. It wasn't like a pushing thing, but they were there for me for something outside of the major. Just because I'm their buddy, they went, come on, let's do it. We could do it. We could get it done. You do the best at it. You could get it done. And that energy just translates into so many different areas. And I like that. You don't get, before coming to the school, you don't get to meet that many people who are artistic like you,
mm-hmm,
and who could relate with you in an artistic way. You're usually the odd one who was the artistic one.
Yeah.
While coming to the school, you meet people who are artistic within your major. Being in JEDI, you meet artists and designers and entrepreneurs from different areas, and they have the same ambitions, the same desires, and the same drive to succeed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they want you to succeed.
Yes.
It's not like they're competing against you.
Yes.
So that's why I like the JEDI thing.